Everybody, welcome back to the channel. We've got tidbits to cover. We're going to use StreamYard because using Descript before was just becoming too much of a hassle. So let's jump into things. We've got Smartly stuff to talk about, maybe some Alaska Airlines status to talk about, and we've got some negative changes to ANA going on as well. So let's jump into Smartly. We have this tab from Doctor of Credit. Now, this is highlighting previous rumors that seem to be confirmed from what appears to be a U.S. bank employee posting to Reddit. Do with that what you will, but appears that rumors are true of a change to U.S. Bank Smartly. Let's get into it. No changes are happening at this time for existing U.S. Bank Smartly cardholders. There has been discussion and documentation of something happening on May 19th. It appears that might have something to do with monthly maintenance fees. We don't know. Just we'll have to wait on that because there were rumors and statements saying that there'd be more changes in May and that holding a card would no longer count toward waiving your maintenance fee on your account. So that's most likely what's going to be happening in May, but we will see. It's most likely that at some point down the line there will be changes for everyone, but we can hope that this will last for a while. I doubt it. The US Bank has taken a bath and a beating on this card, and we don't even know the half of it, right? You can apply for the existing version of the Smartly card through April 13th, 2025, and you'll be grandfathered with all of the old rules and benefits. How likely that will be, I do not know. Current rules are you have to have assets of at least $5,000 to get 2.5% unlimited cash back. You'll need 50,000 to get unlimited 3% and 100,000 to get unlimited 4%. Those assets can be in a U.S. Bank investing account, a U.S. Bank Smartly savings account, which would earn 3.9% or I guess 3.7% APY at this point. It's not quite 4%. And a U.S. Bank checking account. So you need the Smartly checking account to open the card. The Smartly savings account would count toward the old version of the card. But if you hold on to the card prior to April 14th, you'll still be qualified for these old versions. Theoretically, we don't know when this will change. Right? Dr. Credit adds in some advice. It may not be worth it to sign up now because we don't know how long before changes take effect to everyone holding the card. The first version of the card internally is known as V1. The upcoming, or Dr. Credit highlights it as worse version, is V1.1. They don't use those words when talking to customers. Prior to April 14th, it is Smartly. After April 14th, it is still going to be Smartly, but nobody knows what Smartly will mean to those who are original Smartly holders. Here are the changes coming into effect on April 14th. Only checking balances count toward the reward tiers. Even savings balances do not count, and brokerage does not count either. So just checking. So you're not going to get the same APY as keeping everything in your high yield savings. You're not going to get the same sort of rate of return if you just park your IRA or whatever into the brokerage account. None of that counts. You will need to have a $10,000 balance in the checking account to get the tier 1 or 2.5% rewards. You would need 50,000 for the 3% and 100,000 for the 4% on both versions of the card. The new version uses a balance calculation based on a 30-day average balance on all qualifying accounts. The old version was using a 90-day balance. So here's the thing. You're going to need $100,000 in assets to count for 90 days on the old version. So you're going to have not a lot of time to move $100,000 in assets over to Smartly. You need to have ridiculous piles of cash moved in to take advantage of 4% Smartly under the current system. And again, there's no guarantee how long that's going to last, given what everyone did to this card. The new version has a $10,000 spend limit per billing cycle in the increased rewards of 4%, 3%, or 2.5%. Afterwards, it becomes a flat 2%. The new version excludes tax payments, business-to-business purchases, insurance, education, tuition, third-party bill payments, and direct selling gift cards online sites from earning bonus rewards. So Pepper, giftcards.com, Giftly, all of that, you're only going to earn 2% max anyway. The old or better version does not have any of these exclusions. So you can check out the Dr. Credit article. I'm going to link that here. You can follow that to the original source. They have the screenshots from US Bank. I want to give myself a little bit of plausible deniability. I'm not going to highlight the username here. It is on the screen. My apologies. Hopefully nothing happens to this user if they are in fact a US bank employee. We're going to move to our next bit of information. Next, according to 1 Mile at a Time, you can buy Hilton Honors points with a 100% bonus from now, April 8th until May 29th. They run this pretty much every month or every other month. So you have the opportunity to purchase points at a 100% bonus. You'll need to purchase as few as 5,000 points in one transaction. You can do this up to a max of 160,000 points. You would be buying 320,000 points for $1,600. Great way to kill off a welcome offer. Great way to just build up a quick bank of points and utilize those at Hilton's. I always confuse Hyatt and Hilton. It's the H. Dyslexia is a pain in the ass. There we go. So let's move over to our next piece of information. American is launching a flagship lounge in Philadelphia, opening this summer. This coming from 1 Mile at a Time. So flagship lounges are the step above Admirals Clubs. These are your premium international lounges in line with One World Lounge access policies. They're open to One World First and business class passengers on select itineraries, plus One World Sapphire and Emerald members on select itineraries. Currently, American has flagship lounges in Chicago, Dallas, Los Angeles, Miami, and New York. The one in New York apparently has some technicalities, but they will be launching one in Philadelphia. They were hoping to launch this one in 2020. If you fly American Airlines or you are a One World Emerald and Sapphire status holder, you can check out the new flagship lounge at Philadelphia opening this summer. We'll see the timeline on that one. I'm sure I'll report on it later this year. We're going to move over to a bit of bad news. The Mileage Club has made changes to one-way reward flights, and they are ending their around-the-world tickets. It's starting as of June 24th. So June 23rd is the last day to book round-the-world tickets. Book ANA Mileage Club one-way award flights. After years of allowing only round-trip redemptions, ANA Mileage Club has announced plans to offer one-way awards flights starting June 24th. One-way redemptions won't be searchable until that date, but ANA has already published one-way award charts, and rates are half of what you'd pay for a round-trip flight. So you're not going to get a significant savings, but here you go. It is also on a bit of a tier based on low season, regular season, and high season. So if you're in Class Y, which I'm guessing is like economy, low season, you're going to be paying 20,000 points to a high of 36,000 points in first class. That's 75,000 points in the low season, 85,000 points in the regular season, 150,000 points in the high season. So there you go. And as I said, they are ending their round the world Gambit tickets, which is a pain because that's a really cool flight that is ending as of June 24th. The last thing I wanted to highlight does mention with Alaska Airlines status. So we're going to jump to that in just a second, but you can get Alaska Airline MVP status with just one round trip flight, but you do have to fly to New Zealand or Australia. Get Alaska MVP status through 2026. If you get it now, you'll keep it through the end of 2026, complete whatever other side quests to keep it going forward. But get Alaska MVP status through December 31st of 2026. Alaska Airlines' new promotion offers the opportunity to earn MVP Elite status after completing a round-trip flight with Alaska or Hawaiian Airlines between the continental United States and Sydney or Auckland. Here is the look at the requirements. You must fly by December 31st of 2025. You must book at alaskaair.com or hawaiianairlines.com. Mileage plan members earn MVP Elite status after flying round trip from the continental United States to Auckland or Sydney. Flights must originate and end in the same city within the United States. So you cannot do Seattle to Auckland, Auckland to San Francisco. You'll have to do San Francisco, Auckland, San Francisco. If you already have MVP status or higher, you will not receive a higher status through the promotion. The offer excludes flights that originate and terminate in Hawaii. And if you earn MVP status through this promotion, you will not receive any additional elite qualifying miles. But if MVP status is something you want to pick up very quickly, it is their lowest tier status. You get the status, you continue earning elite miles and points going forward, and you do what you got to do to keep it through December 31st of 2026. So there you go. Just an opportunity to pick up status using only one flight from the United States to Australia or New Zealand. So I've gone on long enough. Just wanted to fill out what was going on with Smartly. Looks like those are some negative changes taking effect on April 14th. So that is next Monday. If you're willing to put in the work and you have the sort of money, I guess go after the grandfathered smartly. But let's be real, I don't think the grandfathered smartly is going to be unaffected for no more than 6 to 9 months, considering what people were doing with that card from what I was reading on the Boggleheads. The amount of credit cycling that was being reported on Boggleheads, the amount that people would be just blazing through as much rewards as they wanted on that card. I don't see it being a long-term, this will remain unlimited forever. I'm sure all cardholders will eventually be restricted to the new rules, which will require $10,000, $50,000, or $100,000 in a checking account, not a savings account or a brokerage account. So if you're willing to park $10, $50, or $100,000 into a checking account to get 4% unlimited rewards when you are presenting yourself with a potential opportunity cost of thousands of dollars, be my guest. But yeah, Smartly, for all intents and purposes, is dead. It's over. The speedrunner speedran it, and US Bank doesn't have an idea of how to fix it. This is going to be a bandage. I don't see Smartly lasting much longer than 2 years in any form whatsoever. There you go. But that'll do it for this one. If you like what I do, hit the subscribe button down below. Check out the pinned comment for ways to support me here on outside of YouTube. Included in that pinned comment is the updated Sapphire preferred referral with 100,000 points. I don't like the card, but if you want the card, feel free to utilize my referral if you'd like. There you go. 100,000 points. You can't go wrong there. You can consider supporting me here on YouTube via YouTube memberships. Check out the Stack Your Points podcast we record on Monday nights. We release the show here on YouTube on Wednesdays and Fridays. We do a live on Thursday nights. It's pretty fun. And we release the show on the podcatcher of your choice on Saturdays. So thank you so much for watching. Appreciate your time. Talk to you later. Bye for now.